Hey folks, welcome back to Daily Woodworking. This is day 3 of me out in the maple woods. Day 2, I had all kinds of camera issues. And day 3 started out with a whole bunch of camera issues. Here in the sugar bush, it's about 20 degrees and it is snowing. What better time to be out here, right? I don't know if you can see the snow falling or not. But, so my job today is going to be to take off these adapters, and you can see that little black out there by my finger. That is actually a check valve, and we were testing these last year. I think they worked okay, but we'll have a better idea this year because we're going to do the entire sugar bush with them. It's a little bit more expensive, and as I was showing you yesterday, the black that's up here is the stubby. This piece goes into the tree with a check valve. The premise behind the check valve is that at the end of the day, when the sap is no longer running, the tree tries to pull some of the sap back in, and that check valve will stop that from happening. I mean, the sap is coming from the tree, so it doesn't sound like a bad thing, but I guess there's micro something in there, microorganisms, that actually let the tree know that it's time to seal over. So not that big a deal on a vacuum system. It is and it isn't, but you wouldn't want to use this setup. At least I don't think you'd want to use this setup if you were using buckets or maybe tubing into like a 5-gallon bucket or something like that. The supposedly, and I don't know that we're going to see it, supposedly using the adapters with the check valve will give us 30% more. I don't know if that's because it prolongs the tapping season, or if it's because it doesn't allow the tree or make the tree think it needs to close that off and seal up that hole. So you can see, like right here looks like last year's hole, and then right up here, this is from a few years ago, at least that's what it looks like, and that one's completely sealed off. This one is starting to seal, and I wouldn't, under any circumstances, just ream that out and go back in and put a tap back in the same hole. I want the tree to stay healthy for its entire lifetime, which is probably 2 to 3 times as long as our lifetime will be. This is probably, I don't know, 30 years to 40-year-old tree. It doesn't hurt it to take sap out of it to make syrup. All right, just so you guys playing along at home have a score, I believe I just went and took off 18 adapters. And now I'm going to find a spot and put in the 18 adapters with a tap. Just like yesterday or 2 days ago, I took yesterday off. For some reason it's 61. My body's telling me I'm not 29, 39, or 49 anymore. Probably also telling me I'm not even 59 anymore. Which is too bad, because my wee little brain thinks it's still 29. Remember, we're going for the plink, the different sound. We're going to take a different bucket with us this time. I'm going to drag you guys along with me. You guys see me keep looking at my phone, it's not because I'm trying to ignore you guys. I'm trying to make sure you guys are in the shot, or can see the shot. All right. A few years ago, put one right there. Straight in, a little bit of an incline. If you've ever watched water before, go. If you've ever watched water before, you know that it flows downhill, at least it likes to. So sap is, at least in our two sugar bushes, our sap is what they call 2 bricks. Bricks is named, I'm sure, after the person who came up with bricks. But it's basically 2% sugar, 98% water. That's why this is so much work, because you have to get to 67, 68 bricks or percent sugar. So too much, and you end up with what look like ice crystals in the bottom. And all that is, I mean, take that out if you find them, take them out and eat it. All it is basically sugar candy, but it's something that's been taken too far. And if it doesn't go far enough, because each state has a little bit different, I can't remember if it's 66 to 68 or 67 to 68, but each state seems to have a different bricks to get to. And so if it goes it doesn't get high enough into the bricks and it's too much water, you'll actually start to see mold grow on the top of it. If it's something that you have opened that was already syrup, and that you didn't have a problem when you opened it up, because you'll see it right at the very top, then scoop off the mold that you see there and put it into a pan, make sure it doesn't boil over, and then bring it up to 190 degrees, 185 to 190 degrees, and you'll be fine to use it again. If it's something when you open the bottle and you get it from somebody and it has mold right on top of it, then it didn't get bottled properly, and it probably didn't get to the bricks or the percent that it needs to be maple syrup. So if you've been paying attention this long, I'm going to go with the guy's name is Professor Von Brixtenstein, as I almost take a digger. You guys come up with names for him. What do you think his name was? Because I honestly have no idea. I'm going to be swearing at GoPro for a long time, I think. I need to get a tripod or some sort. There's got to be an adapter that goes on a tripod. So I'm going to go right here because I don't see anything. Us, because I got a few back there. You guys come up with a name for him yet? Anything better than Professor Von Brixtenstein? You guys got to be better at this than me. This is an old style tap right here, or not an old style tap. It's a CDL signature tap. It's basically replaced every year. Not a bad thing. I'm going to replace this drop line and put on a stubby. With the stubby, I should be able to get 5 to 10 years on the drop line if it's new by changing the adapter each year. All right, last year's. Just go right there. Oh, got one right there. A little bit lower. And a little bit this way. Remember, if you don't see white wood coming out, it means it's not a good tap hole. One of the problems you have out here when it's a little bit darker, it's easier to see the stuff in the light, is you don't always find the hole right away. Alright, going over there. Alright, the GoPro second battery has died, so we're going back to Old Faithful, which is the new iPhone Pro 17 or 17 Pro. And this is the last tap that I put in. That was number 19 so far today. I will be shutting off the camera just to get some work done, because it is a lot slower trying to film it than if I just hammer through it. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and we appreciate you folks being around. We couldn't do it without you guys. So, see you in the next one.